personality types for how we are and the way that we act. And depending on how you grew up and all that kind of stuff, you will develop these personality types. You will become one of these things. So what he was talking about is the type of person that is a narcissist, and the other type of person who is in a relationship with a narcissist, and what happens when they start pulling away from that person. So that's what is good about this and what you guys need to start trying to grasp. You are all in a relationship. You're in a relationship with me, you're in a relationship with your mother, with your brothers, with your sisters, and you all act a certain way, and you don't realize why you do what you do, but depending on certain factors, you'll all start to develop ways of being. And you might think, why is he always like that? Why does he always do that? Or why does she do that? Or so on. And that's what this stuff is, understanding, okay? And the more you can understand a person, you can realize, oh, no matter what I do, this person always does this thing, or they always act this way. And you might be frustrated with yourself, like, I'm trying to do this for this person and it's never getting through. But if you realize, oh, this person's a narcissist, or this person's a this, or this person's a that, then you can realize, well, I have to go about it a different way, or I'm wasting my time. Lots of people waste their time with people for years and cause themselves all kinds of heartache and heartbreak and fights and on and on and on. It also is very good for relationships, picking a partner, and it doesn't even have to be a husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. It can be relationships as far as people, friends. You might pick friends and be like, man, I thought they were one way, but they always act this way, and I can't take it anymore. And they're dragging me down. They're making my life worse. A good example is Flip. Look at Flip and his friends and the people that he's hung out with, and when he's hanging out with certain people, how his life goes a certain way. And then those people fall away, or he gets new friends, and how his personality changes, even when he's hanging out with certain people, how he treats you guys all of a sudden, right? You might act different. That's all that is, and why it is important. It's important to recognize that kind of stuff. Life's a lot bigger than you guys think it is. So if you think you got it figured out at 9 years old and 10 years old, 11 years old, you're sorely mistaken. There's a lot to learn, and it's not all about Ninjago and your little video games and stuff like that. That stuff's fine, but that's just mindless crap that should be very limited. You know, when you eat, it's almost like that stuff is frosting. Think about if you were to just sit there and eat frosting all day, what would happen? You would get sick, right? Stomach ache. That's what that stuff is. You need to start thinking about that. Hey, when I'm just sitting around mindlessly watching this garbage, all I'm doing is hurting myself. It's not good. Yes, it tastes good. Yes, it's sweet, and it's like, oh, this is exactly what I want, and I always want this. But it'll affect you. And then you guys will wonder, oh, I can't do certain things, or I just don't understand, or I'm too dumb. It's not that you're too dumb, you just haven't developed the skills to understand life. There's a lot to understand, and it isn't all about just having fun and doing what you want to do. That's why it's very important, and you guys don't realize when Dad's like, pick up your room, clean your room, help around the house. That's not just because I need help around the house or I like clean rooms. It gets you in a mindset of taking care of things, of recognizing responsibility, of seeing, hey, there's something outside of myself that I need to be doing. Because you'll become rotten people if you just think about yourself. That's what narcissists are. People that don't think about others at all, and everything revolves around them. and their needs and their wants, and they will step on anybody and everybody to get to where they want to be. And they're very tricky people too, and they'll suck you right in. Lots of people spend years of their life wasted in relationships with narcissists and people with narcissistic tendencies. So don't just sit there and zone out and dismiss it. That kind of stuff. And when mom's putting it on. Yes, it's a lot. Yes, it's a lot to understand, Willow. But it's good. It's good to start trying to get your mind and get your mind working. Because that's the other thing. When you're just zoned out, you're closing off the pathways of your mind that need to start be opening up. That's why Dad's always trying to get you guys to find projects, draw, do. You know, when you were building all your stuff, I was so proud of you, because that was, even though it was silly, it was really opening yourself up to thinking and perceiving and building something from nothing. Those are very big things. Great traits, great attributes to start building upon. Because that's how you become successful in life. You can either work for somebody else, but if you have a vision for how you want to do or what you want to do or how you want your life to be, then you won't be at the mercy of somebody else. You can decide, oh, this is how I want my life to be, and I can do it, and I can go after it. And yeah, it might not make a lot of sense, but hopefully you take some time and think about these things. You don't have to just have life happen to you. You can try to control life. And that's where God comes in, is where you fail in the things you can't understand. You pray to God and say, God, help me. I don't understand. I don't want these things in my life. I do want these things in my life. Help me, God. Give me those things that I desire so I can benefit you. That's the other thing you got to remember. If you're just praying it for yourself, then God's not going to give it to you. But if you're saying, God, I want to be a great person because I want to further your kingdom, or I want to do great things for you, or I want to build a legacy for you, then God will bless you with all that stuff. Because he'll say, oh, this person actually desires me and desires to do good, not just for themselves. That's why our world is so screwed up, because everybody does it for their own benefit, their own gain, instead of realizing, hey, and I'll end on this. That's why Dad tries to do all that he does for you guys. And work hard and work out and make sure that I'm giving you attention and trying to understand you all. It's not just for me, it's for you. That's what a good father does. That's what God tries to do for us. But just think about when the same goes for Mom. You guys should not take our kindness lightly. We could be very tyrannical parents. And some people have parents that are like that. You could have life be so much harder and difficult and have so much less than you have. So you shouldn't just brush it off.